Alright, Helldivers, we got a little bit of an informative video for you today. Usually don't do these, I'm sure you can tell by the title, but we're doing a little update video. By the way, if you don't like and subscribe right now, you're no longer a Helldiver, you're kicked off the squad and you're gonna have to go home. So hit that like and subscribe button. Alright, boom! Here it is! Helldivers 2 update 01.000.200 patch notes. So here we go, guys. I like to go over these specifically for the people who don't catch the update or don't know there was a big update. I like to give the information because, you know what, why not? So first up, starting off, we got gameplay. We got some planetary hazard additions. This is kind of like the fire tornadoes, the ion storms, and everything like that. So they are now adding blizzards and sandstorms. Now guys, I always love this stuff. It always makes for really good content, but also it's just fun to see. So imagine being on a cold planet and a blizzard just starts covering you. I'm sure they can do cool things with snow in this game and everything like that. So I'm pretty excited for that, as well as sandstorms. I kind of feel like the desert ones are kind of lacking. They have the tremors, but they just slow you down and they're not really that cool, to be honest. All right, next up, we got the balancing of missions, which is retrieving essential personnel. Pretty sure that this is going to be talking about the scientists. I don't like these missions. I think they're harder, especially at the top echelons of like missions. So let's see what they did here. Move the enemy spawn points further away from the objective to give players a fair chance of defending the location. Yeah, this was a problem. Actually, I'm very glad to see that this is fixed. You'd be trying to get scientists out and they would just keep flooding. I mean, constantly just flooding in, making it way too hard to get the scientists in there. So that's great to hear. And then there are fewer civilians required to complete the mission on higher difficulties. So that's good to hear too. So it pretty much sounds like they're trying to make the retrieve essential personnel more appealing, because they are just a really difficult thing to deal with, to be honest. I mean, it really can be really hard, especially like it says, missions on higher difficulty. So to have less civilians to have to take care of is huge. All right, next up, guys, we got the primary, secondary, and support weapons. Now, there are a lot, so I'll scroll through a little slowly. I'll talk about some of them, but I'll scroll through a little slowly so you can take a look for yourself and just take a peek at what is up. But the arc thrower got pretty much a lot of buffs, I believe. Fixed charging inconsistencies. I've never used the arc thrower, so honestly, all my arc thrower Helldivers out there, shout out to you for using it. I think you get some buff. Reduced distance from 50 meters to 35. Okay, that's a nerf. That's a nerf. I'm sorry I lied, arc thrower people. Increased stagger force. That's a buff. All right, so the arc thrower got some stuff. The guard dog. I think that this is one of the most pointless stratagems in the game, considering you can just use the guard dog rover, which is a laser which doesn't run out of ammo. So I guess now restores full ammo from supply boxes. So if you find supply boxes or get your resupply in, I would assume that it refills the guard dog, but I just see the guard dog so pointless when you can use rover because of just the ammo. Like it's not even a problem. So use rover, forget the guard dog. Honestly, even with this buff, I'm still using rover over it. Next up, we got breaker incendiary. Pretty sure that's the shotgun. Damage per bullet increased from 15 per bullet to 20 per bullet. So they're just increasing the damage on that shotgun. Probably a good thing because, I mean, it was good. Don't get me wrong. It was a good shotgun. But with the Punisher getting all the buffs that it did, it just wasn't necessary. And plus, the regular breaker was almost better than the incendiary. So this is a big thing, and maybe I'll go back and try the incendiary again. I found it fun before, so to get a buff might be pretty decent. Fire damage per tick increased by 50% from all sources. So I would assume that damage you take from fire hurts more now, but I would assume if you're using the flamethrower, it even goes up more. And that might actually help with the breaker incendiary as well. So that might be a double buff for the breaker incendiary. So that'll be interesting to see how well fire is now in the game. And all right, guys, I'm gonna let you guys see the rest. Like I said, there are just a ton that I don't want to bore you guys with. So you can slow the video down, pause it, read those if you want to. Next up, we got stratagems. Not a lot of adjustments on the stratagems, and honestly, that's probably okay. The stratagems in the game are pretty well balanced. There are some that I would like to see be a little better, but other than that, honestly, it's fine. And the Patriot exosuit rockets will now penetrate armor only on direct hits. So these things were obviously pretty OP. You had the rockets and you could just shoot all around. You didn't even have to hit things, and it would just absolutely ruin it would just destroy anything you were facing. So to hear that they kind of nerf this is probably a little bit more I mean, probably not more fun, but it makes more sense. This is the part that gets me excited, hearing about what they've done to the enemies. And I have not read this section, so we're going to experience it together. Balancing adjustments have been made to Charger's normal melee attack now does less damage against exosuits. I remember being in an exosuit and a Charger would absolutely just shred you. So to have that is a positive. Bile spewers and nursing spewers do less damage with their puke. This is huge. That is so huge because if you are standing still, bile spewers, I don't know how, with how big they are so quiet. There's so many times I've been just standing somewhere, lighting everything up in front of me, and a bile spewer just pukes on me, and I'm just dead. I mean, it immediately kills you. If they get a direct impact of puke on you, it's over. So to hear that there's a little less damage with that is very helpful. The Bile Titan can no longer be stunned. To be honest, I didn't know it could be stunned, so I guess I don't get to enjoy the luxury of that anymore, even though I had no idea. Shriekers no longer create bug breaches. Okay, nice. A little less bug breaches, even though I enjoy bug breaches. Sometimes they can be a little frustrating, but you can always just run away if you don't want to deal with it. Shriekers hitting you while they are dead now does significantly less damage. Okay, that is also huge because, like, especially when you knock something's head off and they can still charge you and absolutely destroy you, it's a little unmotivating to kill those things. So, thank you, developers. Thank you, Joel, for actually helping out. All right, guys, and then the last thing I'm going to talk about is the Helldiver, and that's the balancing adjustments have been made to pretty much armor. My dog's behind me. I hope you can't hear them. They are walking around a lot right now. All right, heavy and medium armor protects better, and you now take about 10% less damage than before while wearing heavy, and about 5% less when wearing medium armor. Fortified, commando, and light armor is unchanged. Okay, so they just made heavy and medium armor a little better. I know that there has been some issues with the armor. I know that it didn't matter what you were wearing, it all protected the same. So to see them actually make that adjustment and kind of make it a little better is nice to see. I'm just going to scroll through these fixes so that you guys can read them if you want to. But just nice and kind of slow, just so you can pause it if you need to. And then this just talks about known issues and kind of crossplay and stuff like that. So guys, anyway, rate it 1 through 10 down below. Go down below, put 1 through 10 what you think of the update, what you think they could have done more, what you think should have changed. And yeah, guys, it's been your boy Remix right here, and I'm out. Peace.